Hello and welcome to a reenactment of the first Bull Run, Battle of Bull Run, also known as First Manassas. It was known as Bull Run by the south and by Manassas by the north, so it's the same battle, two different names. The north named battles for the nearest town, which in this case was Manassas. Manassas Junction was a railway junction which played a significant part in the battle. And the Confederates named battles after the nearest river. This, what you're looking at, is the layout for the battle that occurred around Henry House. This isn't the whole battle. This is a part of the battle. The battle was raging all along the Bull Run River. But this was quite a key part because this ridgeline that you see on the picture was held by the Confederates, and the Union threw themselves at that to try and dislodge the Confederates. Some divisions of Union troops had crossed the river higher up and were actually outflanking the Confederates. But for the first time, I believe the first time in a battle, the railway was used, and the Confederates moved up troops, some reinforcements from another part of the state, via the railway to Manassas Junction, and they basically got there in the nick of time, and so pushed the Union back, and it ended up being the first major battle of the American Civil War, and it was also a victory for the Southern Confederates. Here I've swung the booklet round so it matches the field that you see, with the Confederates on the right and the Union formed upon the left. Here's the field. Ignore the cards and the dice in the middle. I'll explain about them in the next few shots, but this game is card driven, and the dice are used when you actually do the battles. You'll also notice I put white dice behind the troops. They're shown either 3 or 4. Cavalry and artillery have a value of 3, because in the original game they would have had 3 figures. The infantry units have a value of 4, so as they take casualties, because I can't take a figure away, I shall just alter the dice down from 3 to 2 or 4 to 3, etc. if to take a hit. That's what they're there for. And I'll try and explain what the cards and the dice do next. Here's a selection of cards from the pack. At the top you can see ones where you can order left flanks, right flanks, centre, so many units. The bottom ones, they're specialist cards. These are the flank ones or the centre. You can order different numbers of units. Sometimes you can order all of them. And you get some special cards like this which allow you to do various things, but I'll explain them as they come up, if they come up in the game. You get 8 black dice. You have to roll. You can see there's a symbol of a cavalryman, 2 infantrymen, a flag, cross sabres, and an artillery piece. And that's what you have to throw to actually hit those things. Again, I'll explain the flags and the sabres as and when we need it. These are the 6 cards the Union were drawn with. They've got 3 movement cards, as you see at the top, and 3 specialist cards at the bottom, which they can play. So, if you don't have a card for the right flank, you can't move any troops on the right flank, same as in the centre or left. So it's really card driven. Here we've got left, centre and right. They're lucky they've got a card for each, so the US on this occasion can move any of their troops, so they're limited to the number of orders they can give for each of the troops on each of those flanks. As you see, the Confederates draw. They've got 2 cards for the centre and 2 for the left flank, so absolutely nothing on the right flank. So they would be unable to order any troops at all on the right flank until they've used one of these cards and then draw another one. They've also got a couple of specialist cards, Force March, where you can move a bit further than normal, and a counter-attack card, which can come in useful once they start getting into the actual battle. The Union commander's decided to play this card, so he can issue an order to one unit on the left flank. And if you look at the board, it's split into three parts. The very top is the Union left flank. So the very top unit, the furthest away from you here, is the unit that which will move, and it can move one hex forward because it's an infantry unit. And in the next photograph, there he is. I've just moved him one hex forward, so that was the Union turn. Confederate, he can move 3 units in the centre, and he's going to move 3 units towards that ridge line. And there you are. There's the 3 units moved towards the ridge line. And that's the first turn over with. Right, as the Union commander, I don't want to make the same mistake McDowell made and send his blue-shirted boys across that open field towards that ridge line. I'm also aware of Jeb Stuart's cavalry on this left flank. So I'm going to order the 3 units on this right flank to move forward. Cavalry can move 3 hexes, by the way. Infantry and artillery just 1 hex. And in the next picture you'll see the new positions. I'm hoping that artillery can move onto the hill the next time. And I've got now cavalry facing Jeb Stuart. As the Confederate commander, I'm going to use another centre card because I really want to get them troops up onto that ridge. Just in case I don't get any centre cards later, so I need to do that as soon as possible. And here's the move. The Union troops, the infantry, have moved forward in the centre. One's actually now made it to the top of the ridge. General Jackson's with his attached unit there, and hopefully with another centre card they'll make it to the top. As the Union commander, I've again gone for the right flank, but with this card, for every card I hold, and I hold 6, I can move that number of units. Well, I haven't got that many units on this flank, but what I do is move that unit, which was straddling, so it was both centre and right flank, to there. And I've also moved this artillery piece up on the hill, and I've also moved the infantry below it 1 further pace forward. Confederates continue to press on the left as well. I can pass 3 units on this side of the board, so I'm going to advance Jeb Stuart's 2 cavalry units, also that infantry unit. I'm going to get them heading off towards those woods, which will give them some cover should they need it. And there's Jeb Stuart's cavalry with Jeb attached. They're now within range of the enemy cavalry, and the unit of infantry is now just 1 hex away, be able to move into the woods next. That'll give him some cover. So this is the position of the whole field at the end of turn 3. The Union artillery on that ridge is actually in range of Jeb Stuart's cavalry, and is also in range of that unit on the ridge in the centre of the board on the Confederate side. And of course both the Union cavalry and Jeb Stuart's cavalry are in range of each other because they can move 3 hexes. So when we start the next section of this video, it will be the opening shots of the battle. I'll finish this first video with just some close-up shots. There's the Union advancing on their right flank. The Union, the centre. I'm not making McDowell's mistake, they're hanging fast, but that far right, that far company on the left has moved forward 1. The Confederate side, the boys are fast approaching that ridge to climb the ridge to face the Union onslaught, which they think is going to come. And here we've got Jeb Stuart's cavalry. The Union don't want to let these boys loose in their rear, so they've got a cannon and cavalry unit to face them.